This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 12112 Allin Street, Culver City, California 90230. We're performing a video waste and sewer line inspection through a 3-inch ABS cleanout located at the rear of the house. This is our 3-inch ABS waste line cleanout here. This goes out towards the front of our property here. That goes out towards the front of the property there, towards the kitchen area, towards the front of the house. This is our garage area. This goes out towards the rear of our property here. And this does appear to be possibly a bathroom window at the rear of the property here. So we're just going to go ahead and zero out our camera here at the bottom of the 3-inch waistline cleanout. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And again, attempt to push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. So it does appear to be black ABS waistline. And again, what we'll do is we'll just continue to push out. Looks like we're transitioning to what appears to be cast iron. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. I'm sure we made a little bit of a turn there. So again, we're able to get past that. And again, it does appear to be cast iron waistline. So again, it does appear that the cast iron waistline had possibly been hydrojetted and cleaned. It does still have a little bit of scale and a little bit of buildup. And we're going to pause here. It does appear that we're transitioning to what appears to be vitreous clay. So again, we're just going to push out just a little bit more. And it does appear that we're transitioning to what appears to be vitreous clay. So we're going to pause here. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is at 1 foot 6 inches deep, and it is along the walkway on the right-hand side of the house as you are walking towards the rear of the property. We did mark it with a little red crayon to identify the area, so we did transition to what appears to be vitreous clay. And again, the vitreous clay sewer line is running along the right-hand side of the house. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out, and again, possibly reach our city sewer tie-in. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pause our mic here for a moment. We're going to run a little bit of water just to help us get out. And what we'll do is push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in, and then from there we can take a good look on our way back. So we're going to pause our mic here. Okay, we went ahead and pushed through. We did drop down into our city sewer tie-in. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area in the middle of the street. We did place an orange dot to identify the area. So we did locate it at approximately 10 feet, 5 inches deep. So again, this is our city sewer tie-in. So we're just going to pull back slowly. We'll take a good look at our saddle. We're just going to continue to pull back slowly. And in the saddle, you do have a fairly large offset in the saddle area. As you can see, pull back just a little bit. We'll pull back a little bit more. And as you can see in this area here, from about the 9 o'clock going all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area, we do have a fairly large offset in that saddle. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. We'll make a little bit of a turn. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. A little bit of an offset in that joint there from about the 3 o'clock to about the 9 o'clock area, holding a little bit of water in this area. Okay, again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, as I mentioned, we do have a small belly in this area holding a little bit of water. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. Okay, again, that joint there appears to be in fair condition. We're just going to continue to pull back. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. It does appear that we do have a crack in this joint here from about the 3 o'clock going all the way up to about the 7 o'clock area. So again, as I mentioned, we do have a little bit of a crack there in that joint there from about the 3 o'clock area going all the way around to about the 7 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And a little bit of an offset in that joint there. So we're going to continue to pull back. And we'll make a little bit of a turn. As you can see in this turn here, we do have a little bit of an offset in this turn here. As you can see there, you can see the full face of the pipe from approximately the 12 o'clock going all the way around down to about the 6 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to pull back just a little bit. So again, we're going to pull back just a little bit. And that does appear to be our 4 to 6 transition. And this is our test tee area here. As you can see right around the 12 o'clock, we do have an opening there. That's right around our curb area. So we did transition back into 4-inch vitreous clay. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And it does appear that we do have a break in this area here. As you can see at the top of the vitreous clay right around the 12 o'clock area. In the 2 o'clock area, we do have a large crack there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, again, we went ahead and located this area, and it is at 4 foot 0 inches deep, just to the right of the walkway as you approach the front door in the grass. And we did mark it with an orange flag to identify the area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, we do have another offset in this transition here, as you can see. So again, as I mentioned, it does appear that we do have a little bit of an offset in that joint from about the 7 o'clock going up and around to about the 2 o'clock area. So again, we're just continuing to pull back. And again, as well in this joint, as well, appears to be from about the 6 o'clock going up to about the 11 o'clock area. You can see the air, and could possibly have a tie-in there, or that could just be a vitreous clay Y fitting at the front of the house. It is a 2-bathroom house, so again, we're just going to pause here for a moment, and we're going to run a little bit of water just to see if we have anything coming through this area. Okay, again, we went ahead and ran a little bit of water in the kitchen sink, and as you can see, that is our kitchen sink tie-in. And so as you come into through the front door, heading towards the kitchen, come out the side of the house on the right hand side, there is another 3-inch ABS main waistline clean out in that area, and that is for the kitchen area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back, and we'll pause here for a moment. So again, as I mentioned, it does appear that we do have a crack in this area from about the 9 o'clock area going all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. And it does appear to have a little bit of root intrusion or possibly a little bit of grass coming in from the top. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. That's just past as we pull back, as we're pulling back, it's coming back towards the rear of the house. So again, you can see the swirl marks around the vitreous clay in this area, and that's a good indication that the vitreous clay had been hydrojetted. So again, we're just going to push in just a little bit, and we do have another crack in this area here. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back, and we're going to pull back slowly in this area to approximately 52 feet. And on the way out, we did notice an area that it did appear that we did have a break. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back slowly. And as you can see in this area here, that you can see that the line is broke.
Not be reinforced somehow, or
Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is at 3 foot 0 inches deep on the right hand side of the front door in the walkway there as you're approaching the side gate on the right hand side. So again, So we did mark this area with a red crayon. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, as you can see in this area, we do have a break in this area as well. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we went ahead and located this area, and again, it's at the front of the house, just on the right-hand side in front of the side gate on the walkway. We did mark it with the red crayon at 2 foot 9 inches deep. And again, as you can see, we do have a fairly large break in this area from about the 12 o'clock going all the way down to about the 7 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, you can see the swirl marks in the vitreous clay. So that is, again, a good indication that the line had possibly been hydrojetted. And again, we do have another break in this area as well. Okay, again, as I mentioned, we do have a break in this area, as you can see, from about the 9 o'clock area going all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. And a little bit of slag overpour in that joint. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. So we're pulling back. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. Again, a little bit of offset in that joint there, but nothing major. And again, a little bit offset in that joint there, but nothing major. And again, as I mentioned, it does appear that the line had been hydrojetted. You can see the swirl marks in the vitreous clay, which is a good indication that the line had been hydrojetted. So again, we just continue to pull back. Those last two joints appear to be in fair condition. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. A little bit of offset, but nothing major. And again, a little bit of offset in that joint there, but again, nothing major. So continue to pull back. And we'll make a little bit of a turn. And as we pull back, we're going to push back out just a little bit. Right to the push. And we're going to pause here for a moment. Appear to be holding a little bit of water in this area, but it does appear to be the transition from cast iron waistline to vitreous clay. So we're going to pause here for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and we did locate it on the walkway heading towards the rear of the property, and we did mark it with a red crayon at 1 foot 7 inches deep. And again, this is our transition from vitreous clay sewer line, and as we pull back, we transition back into cast iron waistline. And again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as I mentioned, the cast iron waistline did appear that it had been possibly hydrojetted. A little bit of the debris had been removed. So again, it does have a little bit of scaling, a little bit of buildup. But again, it had been hydrojetted. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. And we'll make a little bit of a turn. And now we transition back into black ABS waistline. And this is at our clean out. So we continue to pull back. And we're going to pull up and out of our clean out. And that will conclude our video waste and sewer line inspection.